This is the book of Psalms, chapter 94 and verse 20. It reads, "Shall the throne of iniquity have fellowship with thee, which frameth mischief by a law?" All right, shalom, shalom. This is your brother Zakaria Allah, branched out here in Williamsport, Pennsylvania, coming with another lesson through the Spirit. Lord willing, this be edifying to the Lord's elect. Before I get started with this lesson right now, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory unto our power, Yahweh, Bahashim Yahushai, Bahashim Wakaha Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone who rule well and who teach well. Shalom to the Akim out there that's pushing the truth, that's laboring in the word, and that's pushing the gospel of the great kingdom that's soon to come. Shalom to the Akwath that's listening in, that's remaining true to the faith and remaining faithful and submissive to their husbands and guiding their children. And shalom to the hopeful elect of the 12 tribes that scattered abroad throughout the four corners of the earth, to you Israelite foreigners out there who live among the heathen and who look like those heathen nations. But your lineage goes back to the progenitors of the 12 tribes of the nation of Israel through the line of your fathers. I want to say peace and blessings to you, Wa Barakatham. All right. So great mischief is about to be performed, okay, through these different laws that they're going to set forth. All right. I'm going to let this video play very soon. You chew up the meat, you spit out the bones, you know what I'm saying? But nevertheless, this is moving forward, man. Prophecy is moving forward. All right. Prophecy is moving forward, and there's no getting around that. All right. There's a quote from Franklin D. Roosevelt. All right, from Franklin Roosevelt, he said, "In politics, nothing happens by accident. If it happens, you can bet it was planned that way." Okay? Again, this is from Franklin Roosevelt. In politics, nothing happens by accident. If it happens, you can bet it was planned that way. This was from a former sitting president. All right? President Roosevelt, man. And letting it be known that these devils, all right, these devils are diabolical in every sense of the word. Okay? So I'm gonna let this play. And then I got a couple more things to share with you. All right? Bear with me.
Saw it. It is not. So for the first time in history, we have an internet. Y'all, I thought this was fake when I first saw it. It is not. So for the first time in history, we have an International Congress of Noahides set for this November. Now, this will be hosted by the Noahide World Center, and the objectives include to formally establish the World Noahide Movement, to establish the first international Noahide court system with judges from Jerusalem and reps from each continent, and then they want to elect 6 continental councils to develop regional plans.
Why 6? Why 6 out of 6 continents? Interesting.
On their website and read all about it, but I wanted to address why Christians need to understand what this is. Now, these 7 laws resemble the 10 Commandments, and that is why a lot of Christians don't understand the issue here. They don't understand, well, these are all good things, right? Prohibiting idolatry, prohibiting blasphemy, prohibiting sexual immorality. These are all good things, and they look like the 10 Commandments, so what's the big deal? The big deal is you will not find this specific set of laws that were given to Adam, they say. The first 6 apparently were given to Adam, and then
and you notice all these laws, all these things are the very laws that they violate every day. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not going to stop too much.
7th was given to Noah. It was added on for Noah. Nowhere in the scriptures, nowhere in the living word of God will you find that. 7 Noahide laws are derived from the Talmud. Now, I recommend for everybody to take their own time, do their own research, and look into what is written in that. This is just one example. You can pause and read if you need. Now, what is the main issue for Christians with the 7 Noahide laws? The main issue is that they do not recognize the Lord Jesus Christ as God. That means that they serve another God. You cannot deny that Jesus Christ is God, the Lord Jesus Christ is God, and still have the...
Right. And like I said, chew up the meat, spit out the bones. Of course, we understand through the truth, all right, that Yahweh Shai, his name is not Jesus, all right. There's no J in the Hebrew language. His name is Yahweh Shai, all right. And Yahweh Shai is not the Father, all right. Yahweh Shai is not the Father. They are both one in terms of spirit. They're in terms of in one. All right, they believe in one, or shall I say they operate as one. Okay, but they are two separate entities. Yahweh Shai said, I have come to do the will of my Father. You see what I'm saying? I have not come to do mine own will, but the will of him that sent me. You see what I'm saying? So they're both in the same agreement, if you will. You know what I'm saying? They're both in this same oneness, if you want to use that term. You know what I'm saying? But they are not the same entity, and this is what Christians get wrong every single time. These Yahweh Shai, Yahweh, all right, are not the same. They're not the same. The Father is the Father. The Son is the Son. Okay? So again, this is where Christians get it wrong. As a matter of fact, let me prove this real quick. Let's go here. Right, this is the book of John. All right, John chapter 5 and verse 30, it says, I can of mine own self do nothing. I can of mine own self do nothing. All right. This is written in red. So that's who talking? That's Yahweh Shai speaking. Okay. I can of mine own self do nothing. As I hear, I judge. And my judgment is just, because I seek not mine own will, but the will of the Father which hath sent me. All right. That makes no sense for if he's the Father himself, he sent himself. You see what I'm saying? It makes no sense. All right. So these two are different entities. You know what I'm saying? You go and you read John the 17th chapter, right? You get the same understanding where he said he's asking the Father, he's saying, bring me back into my right place by thy side, by your side, man. His rightful place is by the Lord's side. Okay, you read the book of Proverbs, okay, where he said, I was daily his delight. So in any case, that's another lesson for another time. Let's stay focused here.
Father, because they are one. Anybody who denies the Son does not have the Father. So anyone, any religion that denies that Jesus Christ is God is serving another God. So here's where the problem arises for true followers of the Lord Jesus Christ. Anybody who worships Jesus as God would be violating that number one law. And what is a possible punishment for violating these 7 Noahide laws? And they, meaning the Gentiles, are executed for this transgression by the sword alone, as all death penalties stated with regard to the descendants of Noah are by the sword alone. And they mean beheading. This is Sanhedrin 7:3, which is straight from the Talmud. It says the mitzvah of those who are killed, i.e. the process of execution by decapitation, is carried out in the following manner. The executioners cut off his head with a sword, the way that the monarchy does.
Right. So that's all I'm gonna get right there. That's all I'm gonna get, because then she goes into all this other stuff with the rapture, 7 year tribulation and all that stuff, man. All right. Like I said, that's a whole nother lesson for a whole nother time to put the rest to all this madness that's coming from the Christian church. You see what I'm saying? It's funny. It's funny because on the one hand they denounce they denounce Catholics, you know what I'm saying, the Catholic faith, all right, but at the same time they push the same narrative that's coming from the Catholic Church. You see what I'm saying? That's crazy work. All right, it's crazy work, man. But let's go. Let's stay on point. Let's stay on point. Okay. So they're going to push this Noahide law, all right, court system, international court system with the congregation of 6 delegates, all right, from 6 continents, all right, 6 continents. So let's go to let's stay in Psalms, same Psalms chapter 94. Let's read verse 20 again. All right, shall the throne of iniquity have fellowship with thee, which frameth mischief by a law? They gather themselves together against the soul of the righteous and condemn the innocent blood. All right. But the Lord Yahweh Bahashim Yahushua is my defense, and my power is the rock of my refuge. You see what I'm saying? These jokers are going to fall by their own devices, man. All right? By their own devices. But we got to prepare ourselves for that time of testing that's coming. You know what I'm saying? We got to prepare ourselves for that hour of temptation that's fast approaching, man. You see what I'm saying? Here it is. They got this madness talking about Noahide laws. All right. Don't have. Let's go back. Let's revisit that real quick. Let's get her out of screen. All right. Bear with me. There we go. Okay. So let's see. I think she's still in the way. Hey. There we go. That's better. All right. So the first one is prohibition of idolatry. Second, prohibition of blasphemy. Prohibition of murder, prohibition of sexual immorality, prohibition of theft, prohibition of eating flesh from a living animal, prohibition of establish courts of justice. Obligation to establish courts of justice. So you got to understand that all these things that they call themselves about to push on the world the world population, they violate these, all right, every day of the week. They violate these some kind of principles that they're pushing. They violate that every day. You see what I'm saying? Every single day. All right? There is no righteousness in them. Right? The scriptures say, let favor be shown to the wicked. Let's get that. All right, this is Isaiah 26 and verse 10. Let favor be showed to the wicked, yet will he not learn righteousness. In the land of uprightness will he deal unjustly. In the land of uprightness will he deal unjustly. And these jokers are stationed in Jerusalem, in Yerushalayim, the Holy Land. Okay? In the land of uprightness, they will deal unjustly. And this is where they're pushing all this madness from. Okay, this is the whole center point of what of how they're operating, man. You see what I'm saying? This is where they're operating at. And the scriptures clearly tell you, you know what I'm saying? The Lord told you through his prophets, beginning with the apostles, bishops, and elders on down, that this place, okay, that the state of Israel, you know what I'm saying, and that whole landmass is going to be destroyed. You see what I'm saying? Along with Babylon the Great, which is America. The only difference is that the land of Israel is going to be built back up. All right? America will be a wasteland. America will be a desolation. America will be nothing. You see what I'm saying? So again, let favor be showed to the wicked, yet will he not learn uprightness. Yet will he not learn righteousness. In the land of uprightness, okay, will he deal unjustly, and will not behold the majesty of the Lord. You see what I'm saying? You don't need to bring all this stuff out. You know what I'm saying? Sitting here talking about prohibition of sexual immorality. Y'all are sexually immoral every single day. Every single day, man. The very people who are pushing these Noahide laws, the very people who are pushing this own Pornhub. The very people who are pushing this own OnlyFans. The very people who are pushing this madness. You see what I'm saying? Prohibition of murder. Here it is. They're trying to get these Edomites off the hook for having slain Jacob. You see what I'm saying? Prohibition of theft. You are the thief. You covered fields. You take them by violence. By what? By murder. You see what I'm saying? Prohibition of eating flesh from a living animal. All right? Don't get it started with all that stuff, man. Don't get it started, bro. These jokers are sick. They are sick, man. All right? When it comes to the adrenal juice? Adrenal juice, man. That's what I call it. You see what I'm saying? Come on, man. Y'all are completely contrary to everything y'all sitting here talking about. All right? Prohibition of idolatry. You got a whole 70-foot statue of Cesare Borgia in Brazil. Get real. Get real. You see what I'm saying? This is Psalms chapter 50. Psalms chapter 50 and verse 16. It reads, "But unto the wicked the Most High saith, What hast thou to do to declare my statutes, or that thou shouldest take my covenant in thy mouth?" You see what I'm saying? The very fact that they're bringing out this whole 7-point Noahide laws type of garbage is blasphemy within itself. You see what I'm saying? It's blasphemous within itself. We already have our laws, statutes, and commandments. We already have these things. It's all written right here in the scriptures, man. You see what I'm saying? The true people of the Most High would not be going to another book. All right, because all this is coming from the Talmud, and the Talmud is completely corrupt. It's a perversion of the scriptures. You know what I'm saying? In every sense of the word, man. Perversion on top of perversion on top of perversion, man. You see what I'm saying? It's so twisted that these very rabbis will not allow you to talk about it. You see? So again, but unto the wicked the Most High saith, What hast thou to do to declare my statutes, or that thou shouldest take my covenant in thy mouth, seeing thou hatest instruction, and casteth my words behind thee? When thou sawest the thief, then thou contendest with them. Thou consentest with him. Let me read that again. When thou sawest the thief, then thou consentest with him, and hast been partaker with adulterers. Thou givest thy mouth to evil, and thy tongue frameth deceit. You see what I'm saying? Thou sittest and speakest against thy brother. Thou slanderest thine own mother's son. All this stuff, man. All these things hast thou done, and I kept silence. You see? These jokers are completely contrary to what they talking about, man. You don't need any other book to give you the principles and the oracles of how to live and how to conduct and how to govern this planet. You see what I'm saying? You don't need nothing else. Right? What does it say in Isaiah chapter 34, verse 16? You know what I'm saying? Seek ye out the book of the Lord and read. None shall want her mate. Right? Let's see. This is the book of Baruch. All right, Baruch chapter 4 and verse 1. It says, This is the book of the commandments of the Most High Power, and the law that endureth forever, and the law that endureth forever. We don't need this 7-point list. We already have our own laws. We already have, all right, the standard of the planet. You see what I'm saying? The standard of how life should be. Everything that you touch is perverted. This is what it's talking about in Wisdom of Solomon, the 2nd chapter. All right? This is what it's talking about, man. Where we upbraided their education. You know what I'm saying? Lord willing, I get that next. But it says, This is the book of the commandments of the Most High, and the law that endureth forever. All they that keep it shall come to life, but such as leave it shall die. You see what I'm saying? It says, Turn thee, O Jacob, and take hold of it. Walk in the presence of the light thereof, that thou mayest be illuminated. See what I'm saying? This is how you become illuminated, through the truth. See? Wisdom of Solomon chapter 2. And let's get verse, let's see. Wisdom of Solomon chapter 2, verse 11. Let our strength be the law of justice. This is how these Edomites think, man. All right? And the ones that's pushing this are the head tribe of the house of Edom, the Amalekites. They call themselves JOOs, man. You see what I'm saying? Verse 11, let our strength be the law of justice, for that which is feeble is found to be nothing worth. Therefore, let us lie in wait for the righteous, because he is not for our turn, and he is clean contrary to our doings. You see what I'm saying? He upbraideth us with our offending the law, and objecteth to our infamy the transgressings of our education. You see what I'm saying? We are clean contrary to these devils, man. These jokers do not respect the sanctity of life. All this fluffy stuff that they talking about, okay? It's all a front. It's all a front. You see what I'm saying? All of this is a front. But they still gonna push it. You see what I'm saying? And at the cusp, at the basis of all this, okay, it's gonna be you're gonna be beheaded. You're gonna be put to death. You see what I'm saying? Under these laws, man. This is mischief, okay, by a law. Right? You see what I'm saying? Let's go to let's see. Let's go to Ezekiel. Let's go to Ezekiel. All right, this is Ezekiel chapter 21 and verse let's I want to start up a little earlier, but nah, let's just get to the point. All right. Ezekiel chapter 21 and verse 8. It reads, "Again, the word of the Lord Yahweh came unto me, saying, Son of man, prophesy, and say, Thus saith Yahweh, say a sword is sharpened and also furbished. It is sharpened to make a sore slaughter. It is furbished that it may glitter. Should we then make mirth?" All right, because all the games is about to stop, man. You see what I'm saying? The FIFA Cup is over. All the games and all the bread and circus and the distractions, it's over with. Okay, it's over with. Now it's time to get this shit popping, man. You see what I'm saying? The sword is furbished that it may be handled. Let me get that real quick. Let's go up a little bit. Son of man, prophesy and say, Thus saith the Lord, say a sword is sharpened and also furbished. It is sharpened to make a sore slaughter. It is furbished that it may glitter. Should we then make mirth? It contemneth the rod of my son as every tree, and he hath given it to be furbished that it may be handled. This sword is sharpened, and it is furbished, to give it into the hand of the slayer. Cry and howl, son of man, for it shall be upon my people, it shall be upon all the princes of Israel. Terrors by reason of the sword shall be upon my people. Smite therefore upon thy thigh. The time is coming, man. They're coming like a flood very soon. Very soon. You see what I'm saying? And it's going to fall upon you Jakes, man. All right, you Israelites, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Indians. You see? Because you are the target. You're the target, man. All right? All these so-called Christians are finna fold out here. They finna fold because they think in their minds, they think that they're going to be raptured out of here before all this stuff goes down. They think that they're going to be out of here, you know what I'm saying, before the madness starts. Before the chaos hits the streets. Before they bring these Noahide laws. They think that they're going to be gone and out of here before they see the guillotines. You see what I'm saying? But once they see it, once they see the guillotines, once they see these laws in place, once they see the chip, once they see this chip, you see what I'm saying? This MOTB, once they see it, this same prophecy that's written of in Revelation chapter 13, verse 16 on down, once they see it, they're going to lose all faith. They're going to lose all their staying power and all that stuff that they thought they was leaning on, because they didn't have the truth. The truth of the matter is, there is no rapture. There is no getting whisked out of this out of harm's way. No, you're going to have to face this. We're all going to have to face this. You see what I'm saying? The servant is not above his master. We're going to have to be tested. We're going to have to be tried. You see what I'm saying? We're going to have to go through great tribulation, man. This is 2 Esdras chapter 16 and verse 70. For there shall be in every place, verse 69, and they that consent unto them shall be had in derision and in reproach, and trodden under foot. For there shall be in every place and in the next cities a great insurrection upon those that fear the Lord. They're coming in like a flood very soon. You see what I'm saying? They shall be like madmen, sparing none, but still spoiling and destroying those that fear the Lord. For they shall waste and take away their goods and cast them out of their houses. See what I'm saying? People are gonna be herded into these concentration camps. You see what I'm saying? It's gonna be all over the place. It says, verse 73. Then shall they be known who are my chosen. Then shall they be known who are my chosen. and they shall be tried as the gold in the fire. You see what I'm saying? We're going to have to go through this fire, the fire of adversity, the fire of persecution. We're going to have to go through it. We're going to have to go through the same things that Yahushua had to go through. You're going to have to go through your friends, your best friends, or your closest relatives, all right, turning you into the authorities. You see what I'm saying? Cluing in the authorities to where you stay, where you live. You see what I'm saying? Where you work. People are not prepared for that level of testing. People are not they're not prepared for it. Only the elect are prepared for this. You see what I'm saying? Only the elect will be prepared for it. And Lord willing, I'm among that number. You see what I'm saying? But you have to have faith. All right, you have to have faith that no matter what happens, this place America is through. No matter what happens to you, this place America is going down the drain. A lot of people are going to try and save their lives. A lot of people are going to try to they're going to try to preserve their life. Oh, what about my kids and this and that? No, man, fuck that. Fuck that. If they were not predestined, then they were not predestined. You see what I'm saying? You're gonna have to let faith run its course, man. You see what I'm saying? Let the Lord do his thing. Whoever perished being innocent. You see what I'm saying? Pray that it's not you. Pray that it's not you. You see what I'm saying? How are they gonna bring about this whole situation? You know what I'm saying? How are they gonna bring about these laws and bring the world to its subjection and all that stuff, man? Remember what Franklin Roosevelt said. All right? What President Roosevelt, he said, in politics, nothing happens by accident. If it happens, you can bet it was planned that way. If it happens, you can bet it was planned that way. And what's one of the things that they're talking about? You know what I'm saying? What are the things that's in the media right now? Okay? Constant talk about we're gonna take out Trump. We're gonna take out his family and whatnot. You see what I'm saying? This whole this mindset, you know what I'm saying? All of it is permeating the news. You see what I'm saying? The mainstream news. The narrative is being spun. It's all being set in your minds. You see what I'm saying? I was watching a movie with my brother the other day, the movie called True Lies. All right? The movie called True Lies with Arnold Schwarzenegger. And that movie, as great as a movie, as funny as a movie as it was, as amazing, you know what I'm saying, is great to watch it. Great action movie. All right. But what that movie was top tier level conditioning. That was top tier level conditioning. You see what I'm saying? Where you had to see it. You know what I'm saying? You had to see it with open eyes to understand that this was predictive programming. A movie that came out in 1994. All right. A movie that came out in 1994 was depicting these Ishmaelites. Okay. Predicting these Ishmaelites and predicting these Elamites, these Persians, as being terrorists. You see what I'm saying? All right. And that predictive programming was solidified in that movie. You see what I'm saying? And so what happened in 2001, September the 11th, 2001, what happened? You see what I'm saying? Everybody was primed and ready for that day. Because of movies like that, because of movies like True Lies. Okay? So what we're seeing right now is the narrative being positioned in the mainstream media, all right, to get you prepared for something. Right? Let me show you real quick. All right. So this is the narrative that's being pushed. Okay? And they're you know they're doing this off the heels of Senator Lindsey Graham having just been unalived. You see what I'm saying? They said sudden illness or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Some people are saying that he was actually assassinated, whatever. All right. But the narrative is being pushed. Okay? The narrative is being pushed. So how can they get this this great and grand deceptive, authoritarianism up and running? You know what I'm saying? Through using these Noahide laws and what have you. How are they going to do that? They're going to bring about, all right, public fear. They're going to bring about the chaos, man. Okay? And they have ways. They have ways to do that. Again, Franklin Delano Roosevelt. In politics, nothing happens by accident. If it happens, you can bet it was planned that way. Okay? Remember, all right, the Lord mustered the host of the battle, and he's doing this thing, man. He's getting all these pieces in place. Right? So let me show you something.
What's up with the guy behind Trump? Can we see that again? Can you bring that out? What the
this is fair use. All right, didn't want to forget that. This is fair use. All right, under the Copyright Act of 1976. Okay, under Section 107. This is for educational purposes only. Educational purposes only, man. I'm not making any money off of this content. All right, fair use. Okay.
What's up with the guy behind Trump? Can we see that again? Can you bring that out? Who the f is this guy? Who the f is this? Is this what? Who in the world is it? Oh my God! Is that a backup Trump? Is that? Wait a minute. Wait. Hold on a second. Wait. What? Wait. Who? What? Is that a backup Trump or is that Trump? Wait, is the one we've been dealing with backup Trump? Or is that Trump's? But
FIFA was incredible. There has never been anything like it, probably in terms of
Again, in politics, nothing happens by accident. If it happens, you can bet it was planned that way. All right? So there are ways that they can bring about public anger. They can bring about different emotions to cause this thing to bring about order. Remember, their motto is order out of chaos. Ordo ab chaos. So to bring this order that they want through these Noahide laws, through this digital surveillance, through this UBI and all these things, man, to bring about this order, they must bring the chaos. And what happens once you take this guy out? Once you take out Nero 47, as we like to call him, what happens? You see what I'm saying? Imagine the explosion of emotions. You see what I'm saying? Well, they can have a double at any time. Okay? They are capable of doing that. So, Let me get this one last precept here. Let me do this real quick. Bear with me. All right, this is the book of Psalms, chapter 119, verse 155. Start at verse 154. It says, "Plead my cause and deliver me. Quicken me according to thy word. Salvation is far from the wicked, for they seek not thy statutes." You see what I'm saying? It doesn't matter what they trying to say about these Noahide laws and how righteous they are in their eyes. You see what I'm saying? Salvation is far from the wicked, man. Okay? And the scriptures clearly tell you that it was Israel by name who have kept thy precepts, but not the heathen. You see what I'm saying? So they're not going to go anywhere with this Noahide madness. You see what I'm saying? They will try to get it established. You see what I'm saying? And in the midst of eating and filling their belly, the Lord is going to bring forth that destruction upon them. All right? While they're eating, in the fullness of their sufficiency. So once they think that they've got it all locked down, you know what I'm saying? People are getting chipped. All right? Jokers are losing their heads, off with their heads, lopsided. You know what I'm saying? All right? They're going to think that they're in the good case. They're going to think that they've won. You see what I'm saying? But it's not going to come to their benefit. You see what I'm saying? Let's go to Psalms chapter 64 and close it out here. It reads in verse 2, "Hide me from the secret counsel of the wicked, from the insurrection of the workers of iniquity, who whet their tongues like a sword and bend their bows to shoot their arrows, even bitter words." And those bitter words is going into what? It's going into their draconian measures. It's going into their different laws and unrighteous decrees, such as the Noahide laws. You see what I'm saying? So I'm gonna cut that there, man. I pray this lesson was edifying to the elect of the nation of Israel. This has been your brother Zachariah Allah, branch down here in Williamsport, Pennsylvania. In closing, I want to give our praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashim Yahushai, Bahashim Wachak Wadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone who rule well and who teach well. Peace and blessings to the hopeful elect. Shalom.